All right, fantastic. So welcome to Coffee with Markus. This is episode 146. And in this episode, we will talk about how to manage losing trades, because right now I'm having a $25,000 losing trade in my account. And in this episode, I'll show you how exactly I'm managing this trade and what I do about this. Does that sound good? Okay, then let's get started. This show is about real money and real trades. I'll show you the trading strategies that I personally trade, the tools that I use to trade my own accounts, and we will talk about the right mindset of a trader. Now, talking about mindset, I'm going to show you how to create SRC profits. And SRC stands for systematic, repeatable, and consistent, because that is the key to long-term success in the markets. So, if you are sick of all the hype and empty promises, and you want to learn trading strategies that actually work, then click on like right now and let's get started. All right, fantastic. Happy Monday. So, happy Monday? Well, I don't know. Today we're going to talk about managing losing trades, because as you can see on the screen up there, right now I have a losing trade of over $25,000 in my account. So today I want to show you how to manage losing trades. So in this video, we are going to talk about number one, how to manage losing trades. Number two, we will talk about how to deal with losing trades. Number three, we will talk about how to fix losing trades. Number four, we'll talk about when should you get out of a losing trade. And number five, we're going to talk about a question that you might be asking yourself, which is, why do I keep losing? So this is our agenda for today. Hope that you are having a fantastic day. Let me switch over to the notes so that we can actually talk about everything in detail. That's what I wanted to do. There we go. So much better how to manage a losing trade. So I want to give you a very specific example, because you see, I don't think it will help you if we are doing a bunch of woulda, coulda, shoulda, and showing about hypothetical stuff. In fact, let me just jump to my account and show you right now. The losing trade has slightly recovered. It's only down $23,000, but hey, what the heck is happening here? So let's talk about this. And first of all, let's talk about how to manage losing trades. Oops. Hello, keyboard. Are you cooperating with me today? Maybe. And writing some cool stuff on here. There we go. Now I'm writing it twice. Okay. So how to manage losing trades. So a little bit slow here. Guess nobody likes to talk about losing trades, right? But that's what we do here. This show is about real trades and real money. And part of trading is that we could have losing trades. So let's talk about this. So first of all, what exactly happened here? So what happened? Why is this trade in such a bad shape? Well, you see, the trade that I'm in is RIDE, which is Nordstrom Motors. And a few days ago, Hindenburg, the Hindenburg report came out with a report that was basically saying, oh my gosh, this is all a big scam. See, it says the Nordstrom Motors Mirage, fake orders, undisclosed production hurdles, and a prototype inferno. So this is what happens. Hindenburg, I mean, they are famous short sellers, meaning that they are betting on a market or on a stock that is going against them, or that is going down. That's what I mean. And so therefore, they are making a case of why they are taking a short position right here in RIDE. So let's take a look at this and also talk about what happened with RIDE here. So I'm going to share my desktop again. RIDE, the Hindenburg report was published, in which they say why they are making a case for short. So let's take a look of what happened to this stock. So first of all, I already sold puts and I got assigned at 21.50. So I own actually right now 4,700 shares, and I bought it at a price of 21.50. So this is where right now it is trading at 16.34. So obviously I am losing money here. So 2 days ago on Friday, the report came out and this is what happened. But here's one important thing that you need to understand. And this is why I want to write it down here. It's never the news that's moving a stock. It's the reaction of traders to the news that's moving the market. So this is where, how did traders actually react to it? Because it's really important to understand that there's always a reaction to a report. And this is where I'm having typos all over the place here. So this actually goes to how to deal with losing trades. Okay, so keep this in mind. It's the reaction of traders. So let's see of what the reaction of traders has been ever since this report has been released. And I'm just tidying up the notes because if you want, at the end of the show, I'll show you where you can get these notes if you're interested in this. So the reaction of traders, looking at this, first of all, as you can see, on Friday, it opened way lower. Pushed a little bit lower, but then moved higher. If you take a look at a 5-minute chart of today, you see that today, this is where we opened, right here on the left-hand side of the screen, and ever since it has been going up. So the initial reaction was like, not good. So let's talk about the reaction here. And this is where it goes back to trade what you see and not what you think, right? Super important here. In fact, this is so important that I have a mug that says trade what you see, not what you think on my desk so that I can, when sipping my coffee, always be reminded. There's nothing in it right now because now my favorite mug that I'm drinking out today is the other one that I have that says follow your plan. And we'll talk about this here in just a moment. Okay. So trade what you see, not what you think. So what happened here? The reaction was a quick move down because like, okay. But then we found a bottom thus far. So it's looking good. We do have a little bottom here. So let's talk about what's next. So what can we expect from here? So let's actually move this into the next line. So what is next? Next is that Ride is reporting earnings on Thursday. So in today's Monday, in a few days, Ride will be reporting earnings. Now, they haven't issued a statement yet. Okay, and now you might be wondering why. Because they say, you know what? We'll issue a statement, and in their words, in due time. So I see 3 possibilities right now that are going on here. So either they're scrambling and they're saying, holy cannoli, they caught us with our pants down. We have 4 days to craft a response. So they could be scrambling, right? Or they could be adjusting the earnings report. And here's what I mean by adjusting. Now, part of the allegations that Hindenburg had here, when we take a look at Ride, is that they say, well, there's a bunch of fake orders. So if Nordstrom Motors was planning to start their earnings call and say, oh my gosh, we have so many orders, that's probably not the best thing to do. You know how you sometimes prepare a presentation and then last minute you make a few changes? So this is what could be happening on there, adjusting the earnings report. Or number 3, they might say, you know what? We don't even worry about this because we have amazing news that are coming out on Thursday. We got this because on Thursday, we're actually telling them that, I don't know, we moved the production line up from, or the production date from September. They're moving it up to July or something like this. Anyhow, these are 3 possible outcomes. And this is where it goes back, right? I mean, trade what you see, not what you think. So because now I could go and speculate which of these 3 things is it. And I want to be absolutely honest. I don't know. I absolutely don't know. But I will show you my plan going through this week. But the first thing that people ask me all the time, because I am very famous for flying so-called rescue missions and being able to rescue trades that are in trouble. In fact, I did a video on this. It's called like how to fly rescue missions. I'll link to it in the description. I'm sure that you're going to love it. Anyhow, so let me go back and let's talk about how to fix. I don't want to capitalize it just because it's a headline. So how to fix losing trades. Well, and there's 2 possibilities that you can do to fix a losing trade. And I will show you both possibilities here right now. Number 1, solution of how to fix a losing trade. Cut your losses and say, you know what, before it gets worse, let's cut the losses. However, this is a bad idea when trading the wheel strategy, which is the strategy that I'm trading here. So number 2 is where we can try to fly a rescue mission. And I want to show you, first of all, what exactly this looks like. So I want to give you a very specific example with Lordstrom here, right? So that you know exactly what happened. Well, first of all, let's go back in history. Let's take a look at Ride and what I did. Here are my transactions that I did on Ride. So on February 16th, as you can see, I sold 47 February 26 puts, and I got 42 cents per put that I sold. So these were, let's write this down here. First of all, I sold 47 puts. So this means 4,700 shares. No, I sold, let's go step by step. 47 puts at a strike price of $21.50. So this means that I now own 4,700 shares at a price of $21.50. So here are my options right now. So obviously this is where right now we're down, right? So right now I'm down $24,275 on this position. So what are my options right now? Now this is where we take a look at the chart. And when we look at the chart and we switch to a daily chart, and we go out a little bit longer term, I see that there's some support level at 12. So as you can see here, right? I mean, this is where prices touched the 12 level a few times. In fact, I actually feel that there's a support level at 13. So here is one thing that I could do. So one of the possibilities is I could sell more puts at a lower strike price. So here I would probably sell at a certain strike, right? So this is where I'm using my calculator, and let me go back to the other window here. I'm using PowerX Optimizer. pxo.rockwelltrading.com. This is the tool that I like to use, and I'm using the wheel calculator here. And I want to see what happens right now is it trading at $16.17. What if I sold a strike price of 13, and earlier this morning I was able to get 50 cents for it. 50 cents earlier this morning. Right now, we can see, I think since Ride recovered really, really nicely. See, right now you can only get 25 cents, but when I looked at it this morning and everything was looking way, way worse than it does right now, I was able to get 50 cents. So we can plug it in here with an expiration date of March 19th, and we see that we should trade 77 options. See, so this is based on my account size of 500,000. It's a $250,000 account here that I put cash in there, and then I'm trading on margin. So this is why it is 500,000. So let's go back and say, okay, sell 77 puts at the 13 strike price. I could do this. Now, when the stock keeps plummeting, and let's say that the stock on Friday closes below 13, I would get assigned. And now I would own more stocks. And this means that if the stock trades below 13 on Friday, I would own another 7,700 shares, and I would have bought this at $13. Okay, so now let's talk about an important concept here. And the important concept is about the cost basis, because now my cost basis is being reduced. So I would have 4,700 shares, and I bought those at $21.50. And then I have another 7,700 shares, and I bought those at 13. So if we are using our handy dandy calculator here and ring up these numbers, and I know now we are talking about math. And nobody really likes to talk about math, but it is absolutely important because math is money. Money is math. So 4,700 times 21.50. So we're writing this down here. So this means it equals $101,050 plus, we're now taking the 7,700 times 13. So this is another 101,100. So this here is a total, if we add these two together, of, what is it? Oops, where's my calculator? 101,000 plus 101.50. Is that correct? Okay, so it's 201,150. Now, I also right now own 4,700 shares and I own 7,700 shares. So this here, I own now a total, I mean, not yet, but this is hypothetical. If I would fly this rescue mission here, right? So if I would do this, if I would, okay? So I'm just running you through this scenario here. Okay, so this is 12,400 shares. And if I take the 201,000, let's use the handy dandy calculator, where did it go, and divide this by 12,400, it means that right now my cost basis is $16.22. So this is the so-called adjusted cost basis. This means that I'm basically owning shares at 22 cents. Now let's get back to the chart. Let's take a look at this. So do you see, if this was go down to $13 here, all it needed to do in order for me to break even again is go back to adjusted cost basis of $16.22. Now, what do you think? Is that reasonable? I mean, you see that it's already doing it today. So I think it's way easier for this stock to go back up to 16.22 than it is to 21.50. Is this making sense? Okay, so let me ask you, I know that there's a lot of math and in a moment I will answer all of your questions, but is this making sense thus far? If it is, do me a favor and click on like really quick, because this way I know that you're enjoying this video and I'll do more videos like this. Even though there is some math, it is really important that you understand of how to fix losing trades and how to manage losing trades, right? I hope that this is helpful. And let's actually keep going here and show you this. So 1622 is my adjusted cost basis. Now here is a really beautiful thing. Let me just make this in green. So I already collected premium. So, and this is where I want to show you how much premium I already collected. So what I did is I sold, there we go. Let's look at the history. I sold 47 puts for 42 cents. So let's write this down. Sold 47 puts for 42 cents. So for this, I collected, let's just, where are we right now? Where's the calculator? I have a calculator. 47 times 42, it's $1,974. So $1,974 is what I collected. Now, I did more. So I sold the March 5th call for 30 cents. So I sold 47 calls for 30 cents. And this means that I collected, handy dandy calculator, here we go. So 47 times $30, 1,410. All right, cool. So I did even more because I, as you can see, just kept selling calls against my existing position. So here I sold 47 of the March 19th, 23 calls for 35 cents. So I sold 47 calls for 35 cents. Okay. So, and this means that we are getting 47 times 35, 1,645. Now, again, if I wanted to fly this rescue mission this morning, I would have sold 77 puts for 50 cents. That was available this morning. So let's see, how much is that? So we take 77 times 50. Okay, so that's 3,850. This means the total premium collected is 3,850 plus 1,645 plus 1,410 plus 1,974. So this is here 8,879. Now we have to divide this, okay? So divide this 8,879 by now 12,400 shares. So this means that per share, if we're doing this really quick, handy dandy calculator, 8,870 times. Okay, so that's another around 72 cents. So this is 72 cents per share that I have calculated in premium. So this now adjusts my cost basis by another 72 cents. So the cost basis now is 16.22 minus the 72 cents. Let me move this a little bit higher, which is, I can do this in my head, it's $15.50. So $15.50 is now my cost basis if I would have done it. Now the question is it possible for Ride to go back up for $15.50? Well, I believe so. But right now, I am waiting. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I am waiting for the earnings call on Thursday before making a decision on whether to fly a rescue mission or not. But if I'm flying one, this is what it would look like. Now I know, this is where some people say, what if it keeps going down? What if it keeps going down? Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, bring it head on. So this is the next question, when should you get out of a losing trade? So, and this is where now the question is, okay, well, what if Ride actually keeps falling? And what if Ride goes all the way from right now 16 down to 12, all the way down here? Yeah, not at 13, but what if we are going down all the way to 12 or maybe even 10, right? So let's do the math. Let's do the math. What if we are going to this level all the way down there? Well, so let's say Ride drops to $12. Okay, so Ride drops to $12, and how much money am I losing right now? Well, I told you my adjusted cost basis for the shares that I'm owning then would be $15.50. So it is $15.50 minus whatever the current price is. So here in this case, $12. Let me remove the dollar sign here. So this means that I have a loss of $3.50 per share. And since I do have 12,400 shares, the total loss would be, let's just bring up the handy dandy calculator. There we go. $3.50 per share times 12,400. So this would be a total loss of 43,400. Yeah, and I'm going to mark this in red. So let's just bring this over here because this is not fun. So $43,000 would be my loss if it drops down to 12, and if it drops down to 11, you can do the math, right? So again, I told you the account that I'm trading is a $500,000 buying power account. So this is where I personally, I would consider bailing if my loss is at $50,000, which is 10% of the account. Now, I want to give you a very, very full disclosure. It has never happened since I've been trading this strategy that I had to bail on a trade. I'm just telling you, it could happen. It could happen. But right now, since I'm down like $25,000, I'm not too concerned about it just yet. And again, it might be completely different for you. This is why it's different for everybody, and you define the max loss that you're willing to take on a trade. Now also, this is where right now, if I'm showing you of what happened in the account, so right now, year to date, I've already made $53,000, and this has been only 8 or 9 weeks of trading. So yes, if this happened, I would give back the profits of the last 2 months. But you see, as I said, for me, it hasn't happened yet. It can happen, but it hasn't happened yet. And I'm positive, I'm optimistic, because if I would be a pessimist, I would get up in the morning and be miserable, right? So anyhow, what I want to do before I look at your questions here, let's actually talk about a quick summary here, because this year is called How to Manage a Losing Trade. So quick summary for you of what to do and what you can do in your account if this happens to you. So Number one, what is the first step that you should do? I'll give you 5 steps here right now. The first step is don't panic. Don't panic. I've said it over and over again. Analyze what happened. What is happening, right? And then the most important, how do traders react to the news? Okay. And thus far, what I see here in Ride is that they're actually shaking off the news. You see, Ride is right now trading here at 1622, which is, if you're looking at a 5-minute chart, let me just reset the chart here really quick. So over the course of the day here, this is where today started right here. It has been going up. Here, this is when the news broke. See, ever since the news broke, if you're looking at 5-minute charts here, it has just been going up. So it doesn't seem too bad. And this is why I keep saying, okay, you gotta trade what you see, not what you think. You see, what you think doesn't matter. How do other traders react to the news? Now, the next step, step number 4 here, is that you need to just write down, and let me just do this in the same way as I've done it here. What are possible options? And right now my notepad decides not to work anymore. Anyhow, so what are possible options? And then step number 5, as soon as I can type here again, let's see. I'm way fast. My computer is having a Monday today. It seems this way, that the computer is a little bit pausing on Mondays, which is absolutely fine. Okay, so step number 4 here is what are possible options? And then number 5, decide on your plan of action. And my plan of action is that I will wait until Thursday's meeting because, as said earlier, in Thursday's earnings call, 3 things can happen, like, oops, they caught us, or we need to adjust a little bit what we wanted to say, or number 1, another possibility here is that they simply say, you know what, we are blowing it out of the water anyhow. So, cool. I know that there's quite a few questions around this. So let me just see if I can give you the final 2 steps here. What are possible options that you can do with this. And then step number 5, decide on your plan of action. Decide on your plan of action. There we go. It'll be there. As I said, my computer is having a bad Monday today, and we let that slide. That is absolutely okay. So now looking at all of your questions here, I want to go through some of the questions here and yeah, want to see how I can help you here. Okay, so Pavel says, what is wrong with the audio? There's less bass than normal. I adjusted a few settings and I think I need to adjust it back. So thanks for letting me know here. I've been playing around with settings this weekend and anyhow. And yeah, I also, Raja, yeah, I have been fiddling around with the lights and it looks different. I know. We'll get it done. No problem here at all. Okay, good. Let's say, and Jeff says, I'm using $125,000 buying power with around $100,000 in cash. Really, with $100,000 in cash, you should be able to actually get $200,000 in buying power here. Okay. So Joe Tart, I got screwed over by Workhouse when they didn't get the postal contract. Sold a put at 30, then it dropped at 15. Same thing here, right? I mean, you can use the same principle that I've given you here on right. I'm just not in the workhorse trade. Otherwise, I would show you exactly what I would do there. But you see, you can also consider lowering your cost basis. Again, there's always options, right? And the two options that you basically have when fixing losing trades is, number 1, you can cut your losses and say, okay, apparently that didn't work. Or number 2, you can look into flying a rescue mission, right? So, Joe, it's really important that you just see what's happening and, okay, how can you possibly fix this trade? All right, cool. So earnings on the 17th, do or die? I believe so. I believe so. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. This will be a very, very interesting week and option premiums are sky high right now. Okay, good. So Tina says, any theory of what time of the day to make trades or buy options? I like the hour after open and the hour before the close. I personally, for my lifestyle, it works best when I'm doing the hour after the open. So that's pretty much when I trade, an hour after the open. Good. Okay. So Joe says I bought 100 shares at 14 to bring my cost basis down. You see, you already have a plan. You're having a plan, so which is good. Computer says that right trade is rough. I mean, so is trading. I know that you're all used to seeing me win after win after win. In fact, if I'm sharing my account here right now, which I'll happy to do, you see all of the trades this year. Not a single one has been a losing trade just yet. And I want to be honest. I plan on keeping it this way. So we shall see, right? I mean, obviously, I can't change the market. I can never change the wind, but I can adjust the sails. Anyhow, good. So let's see what other, and Sumer says, right stock company operating out of an apartment room with 2 employees. I don't think that this is true. I mean, based on what I read in the Hindenburg report, that is not at all what they said. They said that some of the orders that they got are from a company that is operating out of this. But you see, this is why, Sumer, you can read this report and then you might misunderstand it, or you just trade what you see, right? You see, how do other traders react? Because your opinion doesn't count. My opinion doesn't count for sure, right? So, I mean, our opinion doesn't count at all in the market. It is, what do other traders see? Do they see it as a possibility to buy right now at a discounted price, or is this something where they should dump? So again, always make sure, tracking forever, really read the report. And again, it doesn't matter what you think. I mean, if you want to short it, if you want to get a bet against me, do it, right? I mean, that's the beautiful thing about trading. You can bet against me and one of us will be right at the end of the day, and we'll see who that is. Anyhow, that's a beautiful thing. We can all have a different opinion. Now, sometimes we can have a different opinion and make money. Okay. Good. So Troy's create 100 video challenge. Yeah. So we don't have to. We don't have to worry about the Hindenburg report. I'll be happy to link to it in the description so that you can read it if you want to. I glanced at it, but then honestly, I must say, what do I care? What do I care? It's what do other traders do this? Okay. So David says it would be absolutely crazy to do any rescue missions until the report earnings. That's what I think. That's what I think. I don't think that it becomes a $5 or penny stock. I do believe that it is possible that they are dropping to 12. And if they do, I want to be able to sell 10 puts, right? So let's see what happens on Thursday. And I'll keep you posted. By the way, if you're enjoying this and if you would like to see more videos like this, then do me a favor and click subscribe and hit the little notification bell, because this way you get notified whenever I release a new video. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Clem, good to hear that this is making sense. As Mr. POV already recovered 50%. That's good. That's good. Okay. So J.R. Ewing says, what determines selling more puts or selling calls against the assigned shares? Please take a look at the video that I did about how to fly rescue missions. It is mainly, can I get premium? And right now, I still have calls sold against right, because there's a lot of premium that I got for the 23 call. Right, so I sold 23 calls, but again, it might not be possible. So JR, please make sure that you're checking out the video of how to fly rescue missions. Okay, good. So Timothy says basically a dollar cost averaging for options. No, it's really for the stock, because I own the stock. That's part of the wheel. And if you're not familiar with the wheel, I'll link to a playlist in the description so you can take a look at this. But owning shares is part of this. Okay. So we will see. And yeah, Steven says it's not the first time they've done this to a company. This is not another Nikola. It was a fake story. See, again, Steven, doesn't matter. And we can think about it until we are blue in the face, or we can just say, hey, what do other traders think? And then swim with the flow. I've found, Stephen and everybody else, it's so much easier to swim downstream than trying to swim upstream. So this is why my trading is way more relaxed here. Okay, good. So Nabin is asking, are you going to repeat dollar cost average if it goes any further? At some point, you got to bail. I mean, this where if you go back to the stock and if you look at a chart, here we go. We look at a chart and we'll see if we go to a daily chart that at some point they have been trading at what, $32. If they drop down from $32 to $12 or $10, I believe it's time to bail. It really also depends on your buying power. If you have enough money, you can keep doing this and bringing your average cost down, and it might help because then you only need a small bounce, and this will be really, really good for you. But at this point, I'm just planning to do this once. And thus far, whenever I've been trading the wheel strategy, I've only been doing it once, that I'm lowering my average cost basis. Not saying that I will not do it, but that is not my plan right now. Okay, so Don says, when the call tanks too much, there will be no calls to sell that make sense. That's when, exactly. Thanks for answering. You guys are awesome. Okay. Cool. And Jeff, yeah, I'm just describing the scenario. I'm not implementing it yet. I am waiting until after earnings on Thursday, because there will be a strong reaction. I believe that there will be a strong reaction to the upside or the downside. Now, my hope is that it is to the upside. But here's the deal. Hope is not a strategy. So I have a plan. Anyhow, good, good, good. All right, let's see. What else do we have? So you could buy the shares outright and do covered calls. You can. I like to collect premium on the way down, because you see this part of the wheel, and this way, like right now, when I'm getting a sign, I already have money in the bank. So I like that a lot. Okay. Tom says, let's all pre-order a ride vehicle, especially, I think they only request $100 down, but we all know, I mean, how much commitment do you have for $100 down? It's like the Tesla truck, right? I mean, if you pre-ordered the Tesla truck, I think it was also for $100. I mean, it's like, let's just do it. Okay. Good, good, good. Let's see. What else? Yeah, Peter says can pre-order one for $100. Tesla started it way back that you could pre-order really a Tesla Model S, I believe. I can't remember, but I did it. I can't remember how much I had to put down, but it was a more significant amount. It was a few $1,000s. Could have been $3,000, $5,000, no idea. Then for the truck, Tesla said, let's do it with $100. And I think $100 is non-binding. And that's what Lordstrom Motors, Ride did. They also went for $100, and I think it's non-binding. Yeah. So we shall see. Okay. Good. What else? Jay says they put out a statement today that they're on track for September production, and there will be a lot of more talk on the third earnings call. Yeah. You see, they came out and basically said, you know what? We'll address it. Don't worry. We'll address it. And again, it could be either that they're scrambling and saying, what's going on here? How do we address it? Or they're absolutely cool and say, oh my gosh, we will issue a statement on Thursday that will blow everybody away and blow these short sellers out of the water. Okay, so let's see. Mercedes Kia says $200,000 in Ride. Are you crazy? I don't know, maybe, but I'm also making a lot of money with trading, right? You see, I believe I know what I'm doing, right? And this is why thus far, I did a video, I think on Friday, how I made $51,000 in 8 weeks. And I don't think that this is YOLOing it, right? You only live once. I do believe that I have a method to the madness because I'm all about SRC profits, which are systematic, repeatable, and consistent. If you have been following my math here, you have seen that I'm very, very systematical about trading. Anyhow, good. So we shall see. What other comments do we have? Ride is up 10% today. It's pretty good. Oh, Rupinder says choppy video. Sorry. I tested my bandwidth and my speed here is around 500, megabit up or something like this. So it's pretty good. Might be on your end, I hope. Okay. So do not let time eat up all your premiums. Let them decide first. Well, I'm playing time decay. I'm selling premium. I want time to eat up premium. That is my plan. This is the strategy that I'm doing here. Okay, good. So we shall see. So Tom says, makes my 6% drawdown seem like profits. I don't think that a 6% or 10% drawdown is a big deal. Trust me. There are other traders who are losing way more money. It's crazy how much money they lose. So I think with 6 to 10% that both, Tom, you and I, we're pretty good here. Okay, earnings ride, isn't it the 17th of March after the market close? I thought it was Thursday. I thought it was on the 19th, but I'll look it up. Okay. Good. Republic Video says, you need to fix your hair and beard. Well, I woke up this morning like this. I ran a brush through it, but it looks like I have combed my hair with a hammer, right? So you want me to cut it short, a buzz cut, like clippers? Not that kind of guy. Anyhow. Tim is asking, what time frame did you sell the calls for Ride? I sold them with a week out. So if you go to my account here, you'll see that I did it for March 19th, which is the end of the week. I like to do it with 1 or 2 weeks out. So anyhow, good. So what else do we have? How do you find stocks that are going to pop? Well, I did a video on this, on how to find the best stocks to trade, and I'll leave a link to it in the description. So how to find the best stocks to trade, it's a whole other video and you're going to love it. Take a look at this. All right, well, this has been fun. I hope that this has been super helpful for you, that you also see how I deal with losing trades, how to manage losing trades, and that hopefully it gives you some ideas how you can manage your losing trades. Again, 5-step approach, you already have it here. Please feel free to share this video with anybody who needs to hear this on how to generate SRC profits, systematic, repeatable, and consistent. Share it on Reddit, share it on Twitter, on Facebook, share it by email, whatever. And make sure that you like this video. This way, the YouTube algorithm is picking it up and more people will see the video. And I think it's good stuff. So if you like the information that you got today and would like to see more out of this, also hit subscribe, hit the little notification bell. This way, get notified whenever I release a new video. All right, have a great rest of your day and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.